Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to Esports Masters League. We are here tonight for the season finale. It is Season 7, it's Console 1, it's Round 10 of the Championship, and it's the Brazilian Grand Prix. My name is James Head, going to be taking you through the stream, of course, as always, on this fine Wednesday evening. And joining me in the commentary box, he is Wales's greatest export to England, and it is Mr. Michael Edwards. Mike, how you doing?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I agree with that one. Wales is greatest export to England. I'm still here in Wales. Like you can't be claiming me. But yeah, I am fantastic, James. Looking forward to this one. The season finale. It's been a long season, but we are here. It is Brazil and the championship, James. I mean, what a season we have had so far, and of course you've got the top 10, and obviously now the standings up on the graphics. I mean, ET8 well and truly deserved champions here in console 1.
Definitely so, and ET8 have dominated this season, and especially so, I think, the last two races, because they've had a 1-2 at every single race in the last two races. 387 points to their name. They are confirmed champions, no matter what happens. Also, you can see the grayed out figure of Team Shazoo there in second on 318. They are confirmed as second. The battles that we're going to be looking on board with tonight: NLO Esports in third on 219.5, CPI in fourth on 178. That is prior to a late lineup submission, so they might get -5 potentially off that. Bunker Racing Team in fifth on 152.5. FRT in sixth on 146. Team Extoria in seventh on 139. Grand Jack 10 in eighth on 136. Top Team Motorsport in ninth on 113. And then Avisio there in 10th on 102 points. What we'll do, though, is go straight out on track, because the drivers are out there on track, quite literally. The first man that I've got on board with is BRT Crowding, and he's got a qualifying ban, so definitely not going to ride on board with him. But judging by how these drivers are approaching qualifying early on, it looks as if it is overcast. It looks as if we may get a threat of rain potentially in this. But welcome back to EML TTM Mubarak. On the run now down in toward the left-hand turn number 1. We will see what the Swiss assassin can do coming through the left-hand turn number 1. Through the right-hander now of turn number 2, and then through directly the left-hand with the centre S at turn number 3, before running down the Retroposter down in towards to see the logo at turn number 4. And this first sector split should be around a 17-3, 17-4 to 17-3 from a back through the first sector. Runs out wide, slightly coming through turn 4, now through 5, and in towards the right-hand turn number 6 of Ferrajura. Remember that 2009 crash between Truly, Glock and the likes? Yes, that happened up at that corner. Now through the right-hand turn number 7 at Ferrajura, and they flicking it now left through turn 8. From a back, Greeley takes the inside curb and elevates.
Yep, his teammate directly in behind him is also on a lap, James, and that is of course Mustache coming through past his teammate now in towards turn number 11, and towards Jun Chao now, turn 12, 51.1 in the middle sector, James.
Yeah, 51-1 in the middle sector indeed from the Frenchman as he now comes up the hill through the Sabina Dos boxes at turn 14, now cascading all the way down the hill into the left-hand turn number 15. On the run to the line will come the Frenchman, should be right at 107 to start, and is in fact a 107 to start, but George Ansell goes quickest for the 106.8, goes ahead of Lafiti, his teammate. We've got the likes of Acid on a lap time as well, Fake TB, who is also on a lap for Ferrari, formerly of FGE, of course, the Console 2 champions, of course, this season. Fake TB, part of the team now in Team Shazoo. He's now on the run to the line, and he is very, very quick, I believe, around this track as well. On the run to the line, in the end, he's 11th, so maybe just take what I just said there with a bit of pinch of salt. Nordic Ninja there going into second, Lawrence there in third, Napple not getting a lap time on the board, Aroka, former Team Mental, is a man, however, does. He goes there 7th with a 107 flat. YCN, I think, is going to be the next to come across the line. But George Ansell out on top, Nordic Ninja in second, Lawrence in third. From my experience of commentating on George Ansell in PSF1 last season, Mike, he was I think he was in the top 3, and he ended up DNFing out of the race. So if that's anything to go by, George is going to stay there probably a little bit longer than expected in this qualifying session.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a big opportunity for Avisio Racing here tonight, because of course coming in tonight, they are bottom of the standings on 102 points. You got TTM, Top Tier Motorsport, only just ahead of him by 11 points as Morar there goes up on the provisional pole. And what I was about to say, James, a big opportunity for them to maybe get themselves away from the wooden spoon.
Definitely so. And Mubarak there, to be fair, I mean, I caught the final second, I think, of his lap time there, but it was a stonking lap time, 106.871. Goes quicker than George Ansell. I did say George Ansel would be up there, to be fair, but now Mubarak, the Swiss Assassins, I'm calling them here tonight, he is out on top for Mubarak in second, Nordic Ninja in third. But Brazil was shaped up to be a season finale. It is still a season finale in name because we have got battles up and down the field coming into tonight. One of the main battles, interestingly, is TTM against EVE. And TTM are currently, I think, 9th in the standings coming into tonight. I'll just double check this. They are 9th in the standings coming into tonight on 113 points. Avisio are in 10th on 102 points. There are 11 points separating both teams coming into tonight. Top Team Motorsport, I think from my perspective, have done woefully compared to where I expected them to in the early stages of qualifying and indeed of EML. And EVE have been somewhat of the shock. I think better than expected, even though they are down in last position. So taking Mubarak and George Ansel 1-2 right now, Sun beginning to come out on track as well. We could see a lot of improvements in this session, not only from the Haas boys, but also from the Williams boys of EVE.
Yeah, I mean, of course, last week, man like for EVE was able to get a fantastic P5, so they're looking to continue on that form into Brazil and try and close the gap even more on TTM. Are they going to be able to overturn the 11-point deficit? That is going to be the big question because no team wants the wooden spoon, and these two are fighting to avoid it.
They are fighting to avoid it indeed. Coming up the hill into the left-hander turn number 14 on board with the other TTM driver now of Mustache. Mustache, of course, currently sitting there down in P11 right now, 107.162. Plenty of drivers actually on a 107.1. Not Tom Roberts for the NLR there in 9th position. Sam in 10th and Acid there in 12th. Very good lap time being set. Let's see what Mustache can do though. Normally toward the midpoint, I think, within any qualifying session that I've ever seen him qualify in. Now running down the hill and towards turn number 4 at the Cedar de Lago, and he is 600 up through the first sector in a beautiful purple-looking helmet, by the way, as well, that the TTM man is running. He's there in 11th position, 107.1, now in towards Ferrajura at turn 6.
Yep, through Ferrajura he goes, and now into the sharp right-hander turn number 8, and of course the never-ending left-hander of turn number 9, climbing up the hill. The elevation changes, making it difficult on traction. Breaking down though into turn number 10, third gear, the gear of choice for Mustache as he comes through the flat-out left-hander at turn number 11. 2.5 tenths up is Mustache right now, coming through John Shaw. A bit of a wiggle on the back end though, James, and now compromising him all the way up the hill towards the start-finish line.
It does, but he has got a lot of ERS to try and burn on the run to the line, so it negates it somewhat. Mustache now on the run to the line, goes 4th. Good lap time there from him. George Ansel is a 10th down in the middle sector, backs off, he's into the pit lane. Nordic Ninja, I think, was improving, he's not improving anymore, he's sideways, coming through all the way through Judd Sao at turn number 12. Goodness me, the Finn had a bit of a Scandinavian flick going on there. He's back in the pit lane, not improving either. Alex Marciano at 300 top, he just improved, I think, into 5th position. Each side have got a very, very strong lineup, I'm going to say, here tonight, considering it's the final round of the championship. Alex Marciano being that man. Lafiti now going quickest for EVE. However, Lawrence is a 10th and a half up in the middle sector. He's going to try and better Lafiti. Down to the 7th gear. Going to cost him on the run to the line, but it doesn't in the end. 106.730. And that was going from 7th, down from 8th into 7th, back into 8th. Very good trick there from Lawrence. 10th and a half clear of Lafiti. Out on top, ETAR once again.
Yeah, and a lineup I'm not too familiar with the Shazoo pairing of Fake TB and of course Bobbats. They're done on the 14th and 17th. It's not going good, but I'm guessing that they're testing out a couple of the newer drivers to see what they're able to do.
Well, there you go. Fake TB, I think, is just minced your words, I think, quite literally there. Goals 9th, 107 flat from him. Fake TB was part of the FGE console-winning championship crew in Console Tier 2. And because he's in Console 1, I think we're allowing him to race here tonight. I'm just going to shut myself up because my bounce just set a 106.5.
Well, I mean, it's TTM versus EVE versus ET8 right now, and there's not often you get to see that in qualifying.
That's a mad lap time, and Crowding, to be fair, has just put in the chat a put in early on in the Discord chat a 106.5. Crowding knows something that I don't. Clearly, he needs to be in the commentary box. He's more skilled than me, I think.
In terms of driving, I don't think there's much argument there, James. But to be fair, anyone is better than us when it comes to driving. But in the commentary box, I don't think there's anyone better.
But to be fair, though, Crowding does have a qualifying ban here tonight, so I at least have a claim to fame of being better than him, even though I'm not out on track, because I can actually do a lap time around this track, unlike Crowding with the qualifying ban for BRT. But it's unfortunate how they picked up a qualifying ban. They picked up a second reprimand last week with an incident, I think it was with Oku, if I'm not mistaken, who is racing for them here tonight, picking up a qualifying ban. Very unfortunate for them, but it actually puts Oku in a good position because all of his weight can be transferred, and all of BRT's weight can be transferred into him and him alone within qualifying. 107.4 to his name. Expect to be improving, I think. I think he's just coming out of the pit lane now. Expect him to be improving definitely very soon indeed. As George Ansel comes down and towards turn number 4 at the scene of the Largo, and a 17.3 in the first sector from George Ansel. Let's see what the Brit can do. Invalidates through turn 4.
Yep, I'm coming on board with Nordic Ninja as he's coming towards the middle sector split now through turn 11. He's currently P5 and he's about a 10th up, James. So coming through John Chow now, Nordic Ninja for Neverlast Racing, climbing up the hill. He's looking for a 10th improvement, which should put him there or thereabouts with Lawrence in P2. But has he gained any more in the final sector? We're about to find out as he crosses the line. Nordic Ninja, P3.
Nice, and Nordic Ninja, to be fair, has had a big jump from last game cycle to this game cycle. Really good driver, I think, to have on LNR's side. They're in P3. He is, of course, a part of the admin team as well. I've just mentioned that just for the benefit of everyone as well. So there's no bias for me being an admin and technically being the owner of EML right now, running things behind the scenes, along with Nordic Ninja. Nordic there in third, doing a fantastic job. Lafiti, however, just coming through the first sector. I think he was up in that first sector split. Mustache, however, is up in the middle, or about to be up in the middle. In fact, he's not. He's backed off. He has got enough fuel, I think, for another run, so he will try and go again. Alex Marciano invalidated an equal first sector as well, coming through the first sector. And Agonized there for FRT. He's gone into 8th position as well, and he also invalidates, coming through turn number 4. So plenty of invalidations being picked up. FRT Sam, I think, is the only one maybe potentially out there who's on a run right now. We've got Luca, Tom, and Sam all in the same part of the track. Good for us, they're all on maps, and good for us, they're 11th, 12th, and 13th right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'm on board with YCN coming to the line, and he goes up into 14th place. So just getting onto the back of that battle of which you're talking about with Sam, Tom, and Luca. And I'm on board with Tom right now in the middle sector, 9,000 down on his previous lap time as he climbs up the hill. And he's going to see if he can find a little bit more time now.
Yeah, Tom is literally about a second behind as a rocker there has left the session. Hopefully we can try and get him back in very soon indeed. Sam is into the pit lane, backs off his lap. Tom on the run to the line, 2,000th improvement in the end. So he does improve, doesn't improve his position as I think Napple has just gone quicker into 9th and bettered there by Acid, right in behind him there into 8th position. So the Mercedes man and the CPI man, 8th and 9th position out on track. If a rocker can be given another invite, that would be absolutely perfect. I think YCN probably is going to do that very soon indeed, because he is coming towards the end of his lap. But Barrack go out on top. Lawrence in second, Lafiti there in third. Renz Thomason there in the chat saying hi. Hello to you, Renz. Francesco saying where is Mubarak? P1 right now, 0.2 of a second clear of Lawrence nearly in the course of this sector. And he is improving again. I'm on board with him now. Coming to the final sector, he is improving once again. Is this a 106.4 potentially for Mubarak on the runs line? Or 106.527 improves 600th of a second. Everyone may as well just pack up and go home. It's the Mubarak show here tonight.
Yeah, Mubarak doing absolutely fantastic right now, and he's 2/10 clear of Lawrence in second place, which around a track like Brazil, 2/10 is a lot, and Mubarak can be very happy with his qualifying performance thus far. But it's one thing to do it in qualifying, James, is another to do it in the race, so he'll definitely know that, and he'll be having his mind set on what he can do in the race.
Yeah, definitely so, indeed. Can you invite a rocker in by any chance, or add him on PSN, and then it'll be just a hell of a lot quicker to try and get him back in the session. Nordic Ninja there in fourth is on an outlap. He's out of sync towards everybody else, which is an interesting attack for Menelar. Obviously, they are there in fourth position. Mustache there in fifth. Lafiti there down in third position. Mateo has just came in. And Rocker is in the session, by the way, which is really good. And Nordic Ninja, though, just about to go on his run. Mateo's just come in the chat saying, bruh, what's that lap? I totally agree with you, Mateo. I don't know what that lap is, but it is bloody special from about. He is 2 turns clear of Lawrence in second. Lafiti there in third. Nordic Ninja in the first sector. 17-2. 400s up in the first sector. Expect 17-2, 17-1 potentially. But we'll see what Nordic Ninja can do coming up into the right-hand turn number 6. And it was Crowding, by the way, that got him in. So thanks, Crowding.
Okay, yeah, much appreciated, crowding, and let's go if anyone else does drop out, I'll make sure to get them added and invited back in ASAP. Nordic Ninja, though, coming through turn number 10, big lock up on the front right, just unsettling him slightly as we come through turn number 11 now. Let's see what the middle sector split is going to say. 5,000 down, he's a brilliant run through Jun Chao, and I think he has got a nice enough run, and he's going to be looking to improve marginally, but it's going to be enough to break into the top 3 or maybe onto the front row as Nordic Ninja to the line. Oh, he gets third.
Yeah, it does improve. 200th of a second improvement, I think, there from Nordic in third position. By the way, audio out of sync should be fixed around about now. Let me know, Mateo, in the chat if it's not. Fake TV in the first sector as well. He's purple in the first sector. Take that with a pinch of salt. Oh, nearly wide coming through turn 4 from the Team Chazoo, man. Team Chazoo, of course, wrapping up P2 in the championship. Don't really have to do much here tonight. They can hold off. They may not even turn up, to be honest, tonight. And they can DNF with both of their drivers and still end up P2 in the championship. PayTV, though, however, coming in toward the left-hander now, turn number 9, in toward Biko to Patel, named Duckbill Corner, as in English, in the right-hander, turn number 10. Then in toward Magulio at turn number 11 and Junsao at turn number 12. PayTV's middle sector is a 50.7. And he's getting a tow off one of the Mercedes, which is coming up the hill. That's one of the GT10 drivers about to start up on their lap time. I think maybe Diaval on his lap as Fake TV comes through the final corner on the run toward the line. Let's see what the Ferrari man can do for Team Chazoo. Goes 6th position, 106.8. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody from Team Chazoo in the chat, I believe it's Fake TV's first race within the team tonight. Might be wrong.
We'll wait to see if anyone. We'll wait to see if anyone from Team Shizou will respond to that. And yeah, I mean, in terms of driving, obviously, I've never seen Fake TV before, so I mean, I guess it must be a debut for him here tonight, and it's a good performance from him so far.
I know he was part of FGE and Console 2 earlier on in the season, and obviously he's now in Console 1 with Team Chazoo, and I think, honestly, it's a really good move for him. He's been very, very good, I've got to say. I think he raced in Monza, if I'm not mistaken. I do all the graphics, so I probably know where he is in terms of which races he's done. But he's there in 7th position, done a fantastic job. Acid, by the way, is just backing off his lap time. He has got time, though, to go again. Anybody else on a lap time right now? Yes, Lawrence is up in the first sector. Lafiti is just starting up on a lap. Mustache is invalidated, so may not get another chance to run. Agonize is 7 seconds down in the first sector. I think the right man to ride on board with right now is the left-hander of turn number 9 at Lawrence. And Lawrence, in fact, invalidates as Fake TP retires into the pit lane. So Lawrence there, not improving. Invalidate on his run. Mubarak, 400s up in the middle sector. What on earth is this coming in from Mubarak? Coming through the left-hander now of turn number 13, now through turn number 14. YCN has just left the session there as well as Mubarak now comes on the run toward the line. Does he do a 106.4? 106.5 in the end. He's just tantalisingly close to that 106.4. He's clear out of everyone. May as well retire in the session. The Lafiti not doing anything special. He's down in the middle sector. Mustache invalid once again. I think Agonize has gone into 6th position there as well. And also Alex Marciano going into 7th. Anybody else improving right now on their lap times? GT10 Acid even coming through the final couple of corners in towards the final, the left-hander jumps out, turn 12, 12,000 down in that middle sector. What can he do? Now on the run to the line, his teammate, I think, is just reaching into the pit lane. So Oku there retires into the pit in the BRT, man. Acid on the run to the line. Does he improve? Yes, found time. 300th of a second. Finds 2 positions. Goes 12. Sam done. Tom done. Luca Lib done. Diaval looks done as well. think that's the end of qualifying. It's Mubarak out on top, Lawrence in second, Nordic Ninja in third. TTM, I ask you this question. I know you there in the chat. Why didn't you have Mubarak doing all of the races?
I mean, the lineup for tonight for TTM has really shone through P1 and P5 here in qualifying, and it makes you think what could have happened over the course of the season if Mubarak and Mustache would have been more available throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, and in the end, that 1200th improvement probably was a little bit of a slight snap coming out through the final corner. Obviously, on the run to the line, he had a little bit limited ERS as well. But Mubarak out on top, Lawrence in second, 2/10 clear of Lawrence and Nordic Ninja, second and third position. Most drivers, second to sixth, are covered by a tenth of a second. Alex Marciano also covered by a tenth of a second in that little group as well. But he's 2/10 clear of those guys. I mean, Mubarak is a very good driver on his day. I didn't even expect him to pull out something like this in qualifying. I'll be absolutely brutally honest, but in the end, TTM are back, out on top. E.T. Lawrence in second, Nordic Ninja there in third for NLR, Graffiti in fourth, Mustache there in fifth. So actually, top four are from four different teams, which is always really good to see. Agonize there in sixth with Alex Marciano in seventh, Fake TB in eighth, Napple and ninth from George Antle. Rounding off the top 10, Mineta Rocker, Acid, Bobbitt's there down in 13th, the console tier 2 man from WR. Tom in 14th with Sam, Oku, Luca Lib, and then YCN, Diaval, and Crowden, of course, with that qualifying ban down in P20. We are going to be back with you after this intermission break. Welcome back, everyone, from our intermission break to Esports Masters League. We are here tonight for Season 7. It is Round 10, the season finale here in Brazil. Myself, James Head, Michael Edwards alongside me in the commentary box. And Mike, there's only one man we can talk about in that qualifying session, and that was Mubarak, because simply, it was just poetry in motion.
Yeah, he was just an absolute class above the rest when it came to qualifying. I mean, 2/10 gap to the man in second place. Like, that is nothing to scoff at, and he is looking very strong going into this race now. But I mean, I did say it in qualifying. It's one thing to do it in qualifying. It's another thing to do it in the race, and we're gonna see just where he stacks up if he can carry the pace over from qualifying into his race pace. Let's see if the TTM man can, get a race victory for TTM.
Yeah, definitely so. It is going to be, I think, really interesting to see how Mubarak can approach that race. Whether or not we see the likes of EVE, TTM fighting out for that wooden spoon, as you mentioned earlier on, 9 points separate them. 9 points? 11 points separating 9th and 10th, even coming tonight. My brain obviously not working there. But we have also got that battle for P3. NLR look pretty certain for P3 right now. 219.5 points. CPI in 4th and 178. CPI need a faultless performance tonight, and have they got a lineup which has faults in it?
I mean, Luca and Naples both very good drivers. I just don't know if they're going to be, like as a pairing, able to outscore enough to overturn that points haul. That's just my doubt on it. So I think CPI might be more trying to consolidate P4 in the standings and trying to overhaul NLR. Although, if an NLR driver ends up DNF, and then it's game on for CPI.
Yeah, I think it is game on for CPI as well. But as you say, that points advantage is what, 41.5 points over CPI? Basically, CPI need a 1-2, is what we're basically going to say from that permutation. But the battle for P5 is going to be the more interesting. Bunga Racing Team, FRT, Team Exoy, Grand Track 10, all going to be forming, I'm sure, part of qualifying next season. All separated by 16.5 points coming into tonight. Literally, it's going to be all hell breaks loose, surely, in the mid-pack.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, BRT, FRT, Team Extoya, GT10, they are going to be jostling for position and trying to end the season as best as possible. One thing I did actually bring up now while we was in the intermission was the potential of maybe TTM jumping ahead of the likes of Grand Track 10 or Team Extoya, because where they finished qualifying, very high up the order, could be a big points haul for TTM, and maybe might be enough to jump them up into 8th or 7th.
Yeah, Troy there was saying in the chat, I think what pretty much the writing is on the wall for CPI. We are finished, we need a double podium. Yeah, it's either 1-2 or 1-3, which they have produced in Legacy Division. They have produced here this season as well in the ML. Can they do it again, potentially, though, to try and just fight off the attentions in NLR? Nordic Ninja obviously up there, qualifying, I think, in P3, I think, for NLR. So, they are back up against the walls, but anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does. So we will be getting going very soon indeed. I have told the guys to ready up at 34. It is 34 now. So hopefully they've got the impression. Hopefully they've got the message of them readying up. Speaking of which, 5 red lights of Paraguay here in Brazil for the season finale in Esports Masters League. And it is. Lights out, away we go. Lawrence gets a very good start. Mubarak, though, off the line is stronger, and he might get the run down in towards turn 1 through the left-hander, and he's ahead. Lawrence and Nordic Ninja side by side. The two PSF2 teammates side by side through turn 2. Gets the job done. Nordic Ninja 3D's into second. Lawrence there in third. Lafiti in fourth. Mustache there in fifth. All filtering through the line astern. They're side by side in the background, I think, between Napple and Alex Marciano running down the hill in towards turn 4. Bit of lag spiking there. I think from FLT Sam in the background, a shot there as well. Polystyrene boards, carbon fibre flying off there as well, I think. Tom getting involved, maybe with an instant further down with Sam and Oku, but in the end, Barrett leads the way, Nordic Ninja in second, 2x2 through Ferradura they come, and the McLaren now dives into the inside line, Napple on Alex Marciano, two former teammates back in WR Console Tier 2, nearly 3 wide in the back red, George Ansel trying to make it 3 wide in the back red as well, I think everyone is safe through, Mubarak leads the way, Nordic Ninja in second, Lawrence in third at the end, a very hectic first lap as Fate TB gets outdone by Agonizer around the outside, coming in through the left-hand return of the 12 and jumps out. Tries to go all the way around the outside. FRT, take your hat off. Agonize through. No longer agony for him. Proving that Fake is indeed Fake, not holding that move to the inside line. And it's Thurney's into 5th at the end of lap 1 as Nordic Ninja takes the race lead.
Yep, Nordic Ninja now into the race lead, getting the job done on the run down in towards turn number 1 as Agonize having a look at Lafiti here, trying to get a good run out of turn 3 in the center S's with DRS activated on the run down to Cedar de Lago.
Is he going to get the move done? No, I think Mubarak just sits in, waiting in behind. Agonize sitting in, waiting in behind as well, on the back of Lafiti. Looks actually, I'm not sure if that's a little bit of front wing touching there with Fake TP and Agonize, but certainly coming through the left-handed turn number 4, there's a bit of, I don't know, it looks like a bit of tarmac being kicked up. Coming through the left-handed 4. Very, very strange indeed. Everyone, by the way, is on a set of hard compound of tyres out on track as well. Everyone is there on that same compound. Everyone will be at the same compound out on track. No issues reported at all within the Discord, so it means we are good to go now for the rest of the race. As soon as I say that, Luca Lib has been spun, coming through turn 12. Turn that 10 even.
Yeah, and if the writing wasn't on the wall before for CPI, I think the writing may be on the wall a bit more right now. It's a little bit more clearer for
Oh,
CPI,
look at Lawrence! Sorry to cut you off, Mike. 3 wide down in towards turn 1. Beautiful camera angle that as well. Nordic Ninja holds the race lead. Mubarak doesn't want to go for the move just yet. And Lawrence is trying to force Mubarak for the issue. Nearly forces Lafiti there off track and now Agonize to the inside line, coming down turn number 3. Beautiful camera work. Codemasters, thank you so much for this. To the inside line, in towards turn number 4. Mubarak holds the inside line, gets P2 in the end. Lawrence in 3rd, Agonize in 4th. Lafiti there in 5th. VTV though to the inside line, gets the move done out of 4, through 5, side by side on the background. Acid and Napple with helicopter cam. Round the outside he goes through Ferradura. This is what I dreamt of in Brazil with a season finale. And look at this, Lafiti and Fake TV are still side by side.
They're still side by side. They're still going at it as Lafiti tries to hold it around the outside, but Fake TV squeezes squeezes Lafiti out there on the exit of the corner, and Fake TV holds on to P5, but a little bit of a front-end lock-up, and that's going to allow Lafiti to get on him as Lawrence gets the move done on Mubarak.
Yeah.
Up for P2, and it's all kicking off here, James.
It is, and Mubarak, I think, made a mistake. Either that or it was tactical, and now he's going for the outside line in towards turn number 1. Lawrence, I think, realises that, tries to outbreak him through turn number 1, gets the car just about stopped, gets the move back done. Still side by side, by the way. Fake TB on his debut for Team Jazoo in the first crossplay race, I think, according to Bell Woffix in the chat. Absolutely mental racing from him. He's up into 6th. Behind Lafiti, behind Alex Marciano. We can't keep up. We need to take Kravitz. There's a bit of contact there, I think, between Alex and Lafiti. Lafiti gets forced out wide. Now Acid and George Ansel are side by side. It's lap 4 to 36. You'd think it's lap 36 out of 36. This is mad.
James, it is 2 by 2 like Noah's Ark coming through Ferradura right there with Alex Marciano, Lafiti, Acid, and George Ansel in behind. And Acid gets the job done, maintaining the position ahead of George Ansel, but he's back down the inside again into turn 10, and Acid able to hold on to P9.
Look at Alex
Marciano and Lafiti. Lafiti losing the back end slightly.
Oh, now he has! Oh, and he's got definitely front wing damage on that car. George Ansel, sorry it is. That's got the front wing damage, I think, on that car. Left side end plate, I think, came off there. Was going side by side with Bobbert. Sorry to cut you off there slightly, mate, but Bobbert got the move done. George Ansel just had an over rotation on the outside curb. Really, really shameful from EVE. He's going to continue on. Looked like he picked up damage. Has passed the pit lane, so obviously doesn't feel like he's got damage on that car. Lauren's going for the race lead, though, on the back of Nordic Ninja. Both of these guys, of course, in PSF2. And he's out on top of Nordic Ninja in 2nd. Then Mubarak there in 3rd. Harvey saying in the chat, anyone near Sam, is he lagging? He lagged a little bit earlier on. I think it was on lap 1. But for me, I'm running ball with him now, and he looks like he's lagging to me. So yeah, Sam is lagging a little bit.
Yeah, there's definitely a
he's ghosting inside, yeah.
With,
yeah, he's ghosting inside on my end as well of YCN. So yeah, he's definitely lagging. So just tell him to be careful. But there we are.
Yeah, it's YCN trying to get onto the back of Crowden here for P16 as Nordic Ninja about to overtake Lawrence.
Oh, look at Mubarak! Mubarak! to the inside line. Sorry to cut you off, Mike. Absolutely shot out of a cannon. Gets the both of them through turn 1. Beautiful move from Mubarak. This race on lap 6 out of 36 is cooking.
Yeah, Mubarak able to get 2 for the price of 1, but here comes Nordic Ninja back to the inside into the seat of the Lago. Has he outbroke himself? No, he has not.
It is pure tactics from Mubarak right now. TTM need about as much points as possible. Lafiti, George Ansel, 9th and 20th. Perfect for TTM right now, 2nd and 5th. Are we going to be seeing TTM potentially toward the top steps of the podium tonight? Mubarak is looking really good. Mustache looking really good. Most positions gained, by the way, out on track does come from further down the field. Diaval gaining a little bit of ground. Nordic Ninja, I think, has just had a huge moment, though. Coming through turn number 10 at Pico de Pato. Mubarak right on the back of him. And now, possibly going to put Nordic Ninja, maybe kung fu like down and towards turn 1.
As we're going to see if Nordic Ninja is going to be the hold of Mubarak here, and he is closing in with such speed. He's going to be on the inside. Oh, actually, he's going to sit in behind. Decides against it. Mubarak there, a little bit of mind games going on there from the TTM man.
Yeah, very unfortunate, by the way, with Sam. He doesn't want to fight everyone aggressively and over-aggressively, really, I think, with his lag issues going on. Agonized over FRT, trying to go around the outside of Lawrence. Lawrence just shuts the door, slams the door shut. Fake TB and Mustache are side by side in the background as well. He's got 8% ERS, Mustache has got 21, so Mustache can cover this off, covers it off in toward the right-hand turn number 5, turn number 6 even, job done for 5th. Fake TB there in 6th, Alex Marciano in 7th. This race is absolutely brilliant so far. Lap 7 out of 36. Nordic Ninja leading the way. Mubarak in 2nd. Lawrence there in 3rd. This is exactly what I thought, Mike, of putting this calendar together. Brazil, season finale. We absolutely love it. And in the end, this race so far, with still 20-odd laps to go in the race, so far has been very clean, very aggressive, but it's been within the limits.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I do want to bring up as well, James, I mean, I mentioned it at the start, whether or not TTM could maybe overhaul to get themselves a little bit further up the standings. I think right now, with the position of Mustache and Mubarak right now, they would potentially be close to jumping EXT and GT10 here.
Well, speaking of EXT, YCN has just had a moment there. I think maybe a little bit of contact with somebody. I'm not sure who. But YCN, they're down in 20th position now. Spun, lost positions. Was behind, I think, Crowding, if I'm not mistaken. So they're down in 20th. EXT, not a good day for the office for them so far. Aroka, they're down in 11th. YCN in 20th. Remember, both of the drivers as well, just a bit of a throwback to everyone. Both former Team Mentalism drivers back in the day in EML as well. Both drove many a time. I think what we've covered, certainly, Mike, in EML in the past. YCN, Aroka, they drove for different teams. They drove for Team Mentalism in the past. Now they're driving for EXC. YCN obviously right down toward the bottom end of the field. Really, really poor from him. Aroka, though, is in that fight with Bobbert, Lafiti, Acid in that mid-pack. So if you can get a little bit closer, he might be on the back. Speaking of on the back, Nordic Ninja to the inside line in towards turn number 1. Takes about the 10th move and only on lap 9.
Yeah, as Alex Marciano tries to have a look at the inside for Fig TB. In towards turn number 1, TB able to hold on right there and maintain the position as you got Mustache close to the back of Agonize, but he's not going to go for a move. But
Marciano. Alex, go on. Oh, he gets the job done. Beautiful move through turn number 4. And again, now that puts him... Yeah, exactly. That's put him out now completely to Acid, and Acid tries to go all the way around the outside of turn number 6. And in the end, Fake TV just manages to get the curb first and gets the job done. Remains in P7.
Yeah, Acid trying to hold it around the outside, but look at this, 15 down the inside of Alex Marciano, unable to get the job done. And honestly, James, I am actually shocked that with all the battling we've seen so far, that the DRS train is still all the way down to 19th place. I thought we would have seen a couple of gaps form at this point with the amount of battling that we've seen.
I'm utterly shocked how Fake TV kept that car in a straight line, to be honest, because that was pure sideways lock through turn number 10, I think it was. Absolutely incredible driving from him, and now he's right on the back of Acid. Acid's got the move done down in towards turn number 1, but now he's going to try and play once again. Is he going to try and play the game and become King of Kings out on track here tonight? Mubarak and Nordic Ninja certainly think they might. Oh my word, very aggressive. Lafiti to the inside on Fake TV. Fake TV forced off track with Team Chazoo. We've got Bobbits riding behind as well. Team Chazoo got to be careful. Doesn't want to fight too aggressively. In the end though, Lafiti gets ahead. Stewards though might have their first look at that one.
Yeah, and we saw a wiggle from Fake TB there, and that almost caught a rocker out in behind, so needs to be careful. And now obviously trying to show his frustration to Lafiti there, and rocker almost paid the price now for it.
He did almost pay the price indeed. He's on the back of P10 right now, behind the Team Chazoo boys, Bobbits and Fake TB, who are driving very well, I've got to say. With both of them, I think, making their EML debut, at least certainly in Con 1 tonight. Fake TB, I already know, has been part of the FGE lineup for Con 2, as Mubarak, takes the race lead off the back of Nordic Ninja. All very tactical, I think, up front. In the mid-pack, Lafiti and Bobbit now going to try and go hell for leather. Like Fake TB into him, Bobbit is just going to leave him out to dry. Gets the move done through turn number 3. Should be job done down in towards turn number 4. And it is indeed. So Bobbit's Foonies into 8. Fake TB not going to try and get retribution on the back of Lafiti just yet.
No, not yet. In terms of the ERS, and they are evenly matched in terms of ERS as well, Lafiti and Fake TB. So it would be smart than that just to maybe settle down, try and save that battery back up, and then go for a move in a couple of laps time.
Yeah, definitely. So, Luca Lib, by the way, the only 3-second penalty that I think has been picked up so far out on track. Yes, it is indeed. So he, down in 17th, has got a 3-second penalty, which again, puts CPI's backs against the wall compared to the NLR boys. Both NLR drivers, by the way, at this moment in time. Nordic Ninja there in 2nd. NLR Tom in 13th, more than doing enough to try and outdo CPI. I mean, you don't even need to be a mathematician or qualified in maths to work out how this is going to go. Nordic Ninja on the back of Mubarak. Interestingly though, as we have seen the last couple of laps going for moves, decides an opt not to. So maybe thinking about ERS usage, maybe thinking about potentially cooling the tyres down, and maybe also thinking about tactically the pit stops and when they're going to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, lap 12 of 36. We've got a fair few laps to go before pit stops begin to happen. It's
Oku, safety car. Safety car out on track. The car is in an absolute wreck down in towards turn number 4, and it's happened on a straight. It's happened on a straight, and I'm not sure if that was just pure momentary lapse of concentration or something from Oku, or if it was side by side with somebody. I'm going to rewind that back slightly and just see what happened there on the minimap. I did see, I think side by side between him and, I think it was George Ansel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, him and George were side by side through turn number 1. Then they went through turn number 2. I think Oku... What on earth has happened there? It is literally halfway down the straight in towards turn 4. Very strange.
I will say this at the moment, James. We just did a little bit of numbers between Extoria and TTM. Right now, TTM are in position to jump ahead of Team Extoria in the standings.
Interesting. So at this moment in time, what will they be on? As we have got pit stops, by the way. Mustache and Fake TB opt not to come in the pit lane, opt not to double stack. Interesting ploy. Everyone now going for a set of medium compounder tyres. I struggle to think. If I get my PSF1 notes up very quickly about Brazil last season, I will try and see them. There they are. I'll see what the tyres are. I think from this stage in the race, and I've got them in my notes here, the medium compounder tyres can last about 18 laps. I vividly remember drivers making it 23, 24 laps on the race that I covered in PSF1. I'm not sure if you've had a similar experience, Mike, covering Brazil on this game, but I think they can make it to the end from here.
I think someone did take a set of mediums 20 plus laps in F4, but yeah, obviously there's a lot of tyre management you have to do over the course of the race, and it's going to reward those who are smooth drivers and those who can prevent the lockups. I think obviously Mustache and Fake TB didn't want to double stack, but at the same time they maybe put themselves in a better position later on into this race. I mean, who knows? Safety car out here on track, lap 13.
Yeah, definitely so. Sam, by the way, has been told not to fight aggressively with drivers. He knows that he's lagging, so he's trying to prevent as much as he can out on track. Oku, by the way, saying in the Discord, lovely wheels, switch to PC mode and right into the wall. So it wasn't actually contact between any driver out on track. It was just his wheel being switched into PC mode and then ended up in the wall. And he also complained as well about Sam lagging, which is why I've just said that it has already been noted by the stewards. Stewards are going to have a look at it. And FRT are trying to prevent it as much as possible from it ever happening, I think, within a race. But in the end, sometimes technology doesn't work with you. Sometimes the signal doesn't work with you. At the end of the day, it's life.
I'll tell you what, James. This could actually turn out to be pretty decent for TTM, yeah? Obviously, Mustache leading the way. If Mubarak can make quick work of fake TB, and you'd think with the grip advantage of fresh mediums versus the 13 lap old hards, you'd think he could make a quick advantage. Mustache could maybe give Mubarak a bit of a gap and allow him to pull away from the likes of Nordic Ninja and Lawrence.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think I like what TTM are trying to do here as well. Sam, by the way, has just managed to leave and rejoin, so hopefully that might fix things. Knowing by what the game normally does, and you can't really take control of your car,
Ooh.
that might be what happens. There is something.
James, have you just seen the chat?
No. ETA rain 15 minutes from Jab. Interesting. Safety car, by the way, though, for now, is going to come in this lap. So, Mustache, the virtual Burt Malander, he's now the virtual safety car. He can dictate the pace however he wants. Fake to be in second. Look at what Mubarak, though, was doing in third. He is holding back off the front two. He wants Mustache to get that gap. It's going to be like a Magello sort of style start, I think, here from the TCM boys. Now we get back to the full green flag racing, and look at the jump. That Mustache has gone Fake TB, and look at the jump that Mubarak's got to Fake TB as well. Inside line, can't defend it. Beautiful move, beautiful working. TTM through 1-2 at the minute, but now you've got to let Mubarak through. The quicker driver needs to be let through. Hold Nordic Ninja back. That is the play. That is the ploy for TTM as Nordic Ninja looks to the inside on Fake TB. Tries to make it 3 wide. Backs off. Fake TB to the inside on Mustache. Trying to get the move done. Both of these guys are on that same compound side, but Nordic Ninja's there in fourth. He is there utterly on sufferance, but now he's going to be absolutely held up in behind, lunges it from a mile back on Fake TB, gets the move done relatively cleanly. Fake TB fights through turn number 9, tries to fight him back, but Nordic Ninja should get the move done, has got the move done. Lawrence to the inside on. This could get ugly quickly. There's a bit of right side end play damage, I think, for Acid and all that as well. Mubarak leads the way, Mustache in second, Nordic Ninja in third. TTM's plan, part 1 of it, done. Nordic Ninja's outside of a second.
Yeah, Mubarak has got through. He's got ahead of his teammate Mustache, battling with,
Fake TB in the wall, safety car! Safety car right on track. So, in the wall, coming out of turn number 12 at Jun Sao. Fake TB, not sure what happened. I was actually on board with him. I was looking away from my screen, so I'm not actually sure what happened there with him. But Fake TB and I think it was Agonize side by side. Fake TB tries to cut across. Oh! He tries to cut across on the Mercedes of Acid, I think it was. Acid there in P8. Diaval there down in P15. Fake TB just trying to cut across. Momentary. Didn't realise that it was still fully, the GT10 driver was at least a third of the way alongside him. And in the end, they just came into contact. So in the end, Fake TB did everything there, but realised there was arrows behind him and realised there was a GT10 driver behind him. So, Fake TB in the wall, he's still in the race, but safety car, second run of the night deployed.
Yeah, second safety car deployed here tonight, lap 16 of 36. And what this does, James, it kind of ruins the TTM plan because Mubarak now is not going to be over a second ahead of Nordic Ninja. Nordic Ninja, you'd think on the restart, could possibly get the jump quite early on Mustache. Mustache is going to have to get his elbows out to the fullest to help Mubarak out. But this does make it a little bit more interesting.
No.
Oh, not the safety car.
No. This is my worst nightmare. This is honestly my worst nightmare. Safety car. Is it coming in this lap or is that just a glitch? I hope it's just a glitch. It is coming in the pits, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, for God's sake. Mubarak leads the way. Nordic Ninja second. Lauren's there in third. They are on the green flag racing once again. There is a safety car glitch at least on our end. I'm not sure if it is on the driver's end. But if it is on the
It's coming
driver's
straight
end,
back out.
then it is coming straight back out. So hopefully the safety car comes back out, picks up the leaders. That's what I'm hoping here. If not, we're not even at the halfway stage. So points are probably going to have to be given out based on halves or something. I don't know.
Okay, so the safety car is still there on the pit lane exit. I'm going to go on board with Mubarak real quick because I kind of want to see if that safety car is on the corner.
No, oh, actually, it's gone. The safety car is now gone, and we're back on green flag racing. Strange, weird, never seen anything like it. Mubarak leads the way, Nordic Ninja in second, Lawrence in third. For now, everything seems fine. For now. God, I hope it keeps this way.
I think the big loss there, obviously, will be Mustache, because obviously he went back to green flag racing when he was mid center SS, and he lost the back end through it, and of course he got overtaken by Nordic Ninja and Lawrence in the process. But Mustache still going on. He's in P4 right now, which is good for TTM as a team. Agonize closing in, and he's got Bobbett in behind, along with Lafiti and Acid for the train.
Yeah, definitely. So what I think will probably happen is we'll discuss about it after the race, because that is honestly really strange. That safety car coming in, then it came out, and then it just glitched and just disappeared. Literally done a disappearing act. For now, Mubarak leads the way, 600 per second, Nordic Ninja second, Lawrence in third, Mustache there in fourth. What we've got to, what the stewards at least have got to do, I think is Bobbitt's has got to go for the move on Agonize in towards turn one, sets the fastest lap of the race as well. So we are back on the green flag racing. What we've got to decipher though from that is, was anyone badly affected from that safety car coming out on track? Fake TB's got on to set us off compound tires. George Ansel, I think, was the only one that came in the pits side by side between Lafiti and Agonize into the left-hander turn number 4. Agonize on the outside line. Lafiti on the outside line. Agonize on the outside line now. Now for the inside. Job done for Lafiti through, and he's into 6th. So, at this moment in time, all going, but from my perspective anyways, it's only George Ansel that's been done wrong. Everyone else, I think, is relatively okay.
So obviously in the chat now, there's been mentioned that Agonize could not accelerate when the safety car came in, and he lost time to the top 4. So that is the other big issue. But obviously, I mean, there's still a chance Agonize can get a good result here. Obviously, he's still in this battle for P4.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's still points on the table. I mean, it's just head down and try to make the most of it. Plus, there is the threat of rain to come, so there's a lot more strategy still to come into play. So it's not over yet for Agonized.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we are halfway through the race, and it would be very, very unjustified, I think, if we were to restart at halfway through and then to a 25% race or something. But Agonize, as you mentioned, is still in this battle for P5. How this race works out is how it will be determined, I think, quite literally. I'm going to be on the blower to the admins. I'm going to be on the blower quite literally. Acid tries to go around the outside of Agonize. Surely not. Around the outside of turn number 6. Agonize now through turn 7, now in towards turn 8. Comes back on the inside line. Acid fighting aggressively. GT10 against FRT. And they're still side by side in towards Beacon of Battle, turn number 10. FLT man of Agonize through, and he's into 7th. Acid there in 8th position. At this moment in time, Mustache potentially going to be backing them up, so it is going to have a negative effect on Agonize and Acid. But from our perspective as admins, we've got to decide what the bloody hell we do with that safety car and that glitch. Because at the moment in time, the race is still going on, and I'm very happy for the race to continue on. But it's probably going to be started after the race, put it that way.
Yeah, as Agonize tries to go back down the inside of Acid into towards turn number 1. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but Acid able to hold on. And as you mentioned, Mustache trying to back up the pack a little bit. And obviously they're all still in this battle for P4 in this race. Bobbits, Lafiti, Mustache, Acid and Agonize. Obviously Mustache on those hard tires is going to be dropping back for the field. It is getting very overcast here now, James, so maybe we're a few laps away from the first droplets of rain out on track.
Definitely. So the cloud cover definitely beginning to build over the circuit indeed. I'm moving the wrong way, by the way, on my cameras. There we are. Nordic Ninja leads the way with Bark second, Lawrence there in third. The top three have it between themselves. 3.8 seconds to the back of Bobbert Lafiti. If there's another safety car in this race, that's going to be really determining, I think, for how this race could progress through the later stages of the race. I think we're going to get rain maybe in the next 6, 7, 8 laps or so. So it is going to throw that dimension into the mix. Mubarak goes for the race lead in towards turn number 1. Job done. Oh, locks up a bit through turn 1. But it is job done for Mubarak, who still needs into the lead. Nordic Ninja in second. Lawrence there in third position. Honestly, as I say, the most weirdest safety car glitch I think I've ever seen. We normally have that safety car glitch, but it's normally continuous. A, I'm glad they partly fixed it, but B, it has a negative impact on many drivers within this race. So this race is going to continue. What is going to happen is we'll discuss it after the race, and then we'll see what there is in the rule book that deciphers some form of result. Whether it's full points, whether it's half points, remains to be seen. But yeah, what we only have to do, be dealt with the hand that we are dealt with by the game. So we can only do so much.
Yeah. Absolutely, I'm going to be crunching some numbers real quick, James. So just to see how everything is looking in terms of the
you might have to recalculate the numbers because Nordic Ninja and Lawrence have passed my back down towards turn number 1. Job done for the Aston Martin, job done for the Alpine as well. Both of them, as I say, PSF2. Agonized, by the way, has made himself back up to P6. Has got rid of Mustache now, which is, I think, the real negative impact that they had on that battle. He's 2.1 seconds at the back of Bobbert. Lafiti and him are battling as well. Lauren's getting the move done again on Nordic Ninja in towards turn number 4. Agonized, though, is into 6th position. Acid in 7th. Mustache there in 8th. How this race is going to progress, with how this rain is going to go, is going to be absolutely critical. And I mean absolutely critical out on track. But in the end, there's lap 23 out of 36. Lawrence leading the way. Nordic Ninja in 2nd. Mubarak there in 3rd. And as I say, this race continues on until we get to the end of the race, and then admins will discuss afterwards, I'm sure in the day afterwards, and then we will decide from there what happens with this race result, whether it stands in its entirety, or whether it just stands part. Who knows?
Well, right now I think FRT will jump themselves ahead of BRT, so right now they're looking at a possible P5 finish. I'm doing the mass between GT10 and FRT right now. As of course, Agonize and Acid together on track, and then of course you got Deval and obviously Sam in 13th and 16th respectfully. So I'm just gonna do the numbers. I think FRT is still ahead of GT10 at this moment in time.
Definitely. So I'm just typing a literal message out, by the way, to the admins, just to see if they can rewind that back to laps 17 and 18. Is it raining out on track? Is it raining out on track?
It is.
It is raining out on track. It is raining. Oh, this is going to get increasingly spicy. Also means we're going to get intermediates before the end of the race. Also means who is the strongest in the intermediate compound of tyre out of the front 3. And at this moment in time, Mubarak's having a huge snap of obviously there. Coming through turn number 11, slight lapse of concentration again through 12, sideways coming through 12. This rain is impacting the circuit already. Alex Marciano is round, coming at the top of the hill. Nordic Ninja's going to try and now capitalise on this. Lawrence, though, bails first into the pit lane. Lawrence is into the pit lane. Is it early or is it perfect? Lawrence into the pit lane for ETA. Everyone now following in. This rain is coming down pretty heavy.
Yeah, and you know as well as me, James, from previous experience now, it does go from dries to inters pretty quick here at Brazil. So it could be a huge benefit for Lawrence right now coming into the pits and putting on a set of inters immediately. We're going to have to see what the pace is, but I think by the end of the next lap, it will be inters conditions for through and through.
Yeah, definitely so. But drivers on instead of inters. Lawrence in, Fiti, Acid, Mustache, and Rocker Sam, all into the pit lane. Obviously, all in that sort of intermediate compound of tyres. What this has done, though, Mubarak there, 2 seconds down. His tyres have gone. His tire's absolutely shot. DRS now disabled. Nordic Ninja's got a 2-second lead over Mubarak, and Mubarak's actually struggling because he's getting overtaken around the outside by Bobbert through turn number 11, and that is why I think he's got right side end plate damage. Has he? Yes, he has. Right side end plate damage from Mubarak. He runs wide as well. It is all going to curtains for TTM from a really, really strong race so far. Mubarak, right side end plate damage on the car. Not sure where it might have happened. Might have happened in a bit of contact with him, maybe with Nordic Ninja. But Mubarak, right side end plate damage on the car. TTM are going to be so furious with that.
Yep, TTM are going to be furious. Mubarak's going to have to obviously change that front wing. He's going to lose 5 seconds in the pit lane with the change of the front wing. Drop down the order. Remember, these guys already pitted on Inters. We'll get a hefty undercut on the guys in the pits. As you see, Lawrence already quite far ahead. Lafitte potentially going to get himself ahead of Bobbert here, and not too far off the back of Nordic Ninja as well. So Lafitte for Visio up in P3, and that could be big come the end of the race in terms of the battle for the wooden spoon.
Put it this way, I'm going to say this to Mike now, you may as well put your calculations, whatever you've done, in the bin, because this race is just going to change in complexion absolutely completely now up until lap 36 to 36. Lawrence leads the way, Nordic Ninja in second, Lafitte there in third. Fantastic, I think. Lawrence got that right. Lafitte got that right. Acid Mustache got that right. Anybody that pitted in a lap later has lost, what, 2.5, 3 seconds potentially out on track on average? Lawrence now leading the way. Whether or not he could hold that, though, is a different thing. Because if I remember rightly, Nordic Ninja is quite strong on a set of intermediate compound tires on this game. And he's going to be absolutely loving life right now. And again, for this NLR CPI battle, NLR miles out of CPI. CPI are down in P10, P16 right now, out on track as it stands. But Nordic Ninja, they're in second, doing a really strong job out on track. Lawrence, though, 2.2 seconds the gap. Nordic Ninja, that gap is closing down. 2.2 seconds the gap. It's whether or not he can maintain that consistency of closing that gap down a couple of tenths and then get on the back of Lawrence before the end of the race. That is going to be Nordic Ninja's main problem.
Yeah, and of course with the track going to intermediates, James, we can confirm that George Ansell does have the fastest lap of the race, because no one's going to be able to beat that now on the intermediate tyre. So Visio with another point to their name, and it could help. I mean, Mubarak with that 3-second time penalty, well, he's not under threat right now. If he's battling with the likes of Oroka, who obviously right now in P8, he could end up falling back towards Crowden and Naples, and maybe even Sam in 12th.
Yeah, definitely so. As I say, this race is completely changing. Lawrence, by the way, Nordic Ninja said out on track. Jav there saying in the comment section, sorry to burst your bubble, but if Nordic survives, I'll be proud. He's just closed 0.4 of a second on the back of Lawrence. You mean to tell me I'm not right in this one? Because he is closing the gap rather quickly. And it's good to see he can hold on to that ERS as well. He's got 35% out on track. Lawrence there with 33%. He's definitely not racing on. Nobody is racing on Nordic Ninja's account. It is him. I can confirm that right from the message saying that his game crashed about 5 minutes before the lobby got set up. Nordic Ninja, though, in second, doing a fantastic job. There are battles happening further down the field, though. Sam and Alex Marciano are side by side. Sam, of course, with that bit of lag spiking that he's been having all race, seems to be okay now. He is side by side with Alex Marciano down in towards turn number 4, so this will be the main battle, I think, in terms of this. Forces him off track there, does Alex Marciano. Tom and Diaval side by side. Oh, rejoins track. Cuts off Diaval right at the pass, and Sam rejoins track in behind Tom. Tom there in 13, Sam there in 14.
Yep, Sam and Tom battling it out. We've got the battle for the final spot in the podium beginning to heat up here as well, James. Bobbett's getting up the back of Lafitte. He's got Acid and Mustache in for toe. And we could be seeing a 4-way scrap for the final spot in the podium.
Definitely so. It is going to be rather interesting towards the end of the race. It's on lap 29 out of 36 with the rain obviously falling out on track. The gap now down to 1.2 seconds. Nordic Ninja seems to have the measure of Lawrence right now at this stage in this race. 1.2 seconds the gap. That gap is increasingly closer. I'm not sure if it might be a setup thing or if it's just purely the tyres. At this moment in time, Nordic Ninja is beginning to close in. Jav saying in the chat he hates racing the race. That's what I think you've been done like an absolute kipper, my friend, because Nordic Ninja is closing in really quickly indeed. 0.8 of a second, another 0.4 of a second closed in just this lap alone, and he is still reaching and making ground on the back of the E8 man. So, NLR looking pretty good right now, I've got to say, from Nordic Ninja's perspective. Acid and Bobbert, however, are going to look to try and battle further down the field. 4th and 5th position out on track. Bobbert's, I've got to say, is doing a fantastic job. Took a podium, I think, around here in WR Console Tier 2 last season. I should know. I commentated on that race as well. So Bobbert's there in 4th, doing a good job. There is a yellow flag out on track, and that's FateTB off. FateTB off, coming through turn number 2. There's carbon fibre off the car as well. Right side impact damage on the car. He gets the car back going again. But I think he's done what I can only just be described there, Mike, as a Nakajima.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Fake TB was looking promising for him at the start of this race, but it's literally turned on the heads for him as Mubarak gets to move down on a rocker for P8.
Here comes Bobbert.
What?
So, sorry to cut you off, Bobbert's the inside line on the PT. I was just pausing there because I thought he was going to go for half-hard lunge, but he goes for the full lunge. Job done, he's into 3rd. Carry on. Oh, Acid to the inside line. Outside, turn 6. Oh my god, nearly getting caught in each other. Mustache would have been having a field day if they got caught up in that one. The VT 4th, Acid in 5th. Now you can go.
What I was going to say, the one thing that would probably spice this race up even more would be a late safety car.
It would be a late safety car. Nordic Ninja's made his first mistake there, coming to the left-hander at turn number 11. Is he struggling in terms of his setup there, or is it getting towards full wets? Dare I say? I don't think it's at that stage yet, but don't get me wrong. 6 laps of this race left. They're going to have to stay out there as there is a yellow flag, and that is for YCN and Luca Lib. Luca Lib is getting the car back going again. Slight bit of contact, I think, between them both, but they've sorted it out, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely getting a lot. The track is, I think, not quite full wet yet, but I think we're only like 3 laps, I'm going to say, now away from maybe the full wets to the crossover point.
Look at the, it's weird because look at Lawrence. If you ride on board with Lawrence and you ride on board with Nordic Ninja, does it look like it's lighter rain on Nordic Ninja's end than it is on Lawrence's end? Like, graphically.
It does, but what you got to remember is, of course, Lauren's halo is completely black, so it will show the rain droplets a lot more.
You're right. You're right. That I was just thinking, there might be an excuse to call a restart or something, but it's not. Thank God it's not. Nordic Ninja there in 2nd, Lawrence there in 1st, doing a fantastic job. But in the end, Nordic Ninja, 0.7 of a second. Gap has somewhat extended now to Lawrence in Lawrence's favour. So the E8 man holding on very well. E8, by the way, out on track, probably having a weaker lineup than expected coming into tonight. We could have seen the likes of Matteo Racing. We could have seen the likes of the likes of who else in the E8 gun? Friends Thomason. Mustache, by the way, gets the move done on the PT down and towards turn number 1, and that, Mike, is crucial. Mustache has got a 3-second penalty, so he is going to stay in behind the PT for now. But that, for now, at least, crucially, in the race for the championship for P9 and P10, crucial.
To be fair, I think I've crunched the numbers now in that battle for P9, P10. Unless a safety car comes out right now, I mean, George Ansel is too far down the order to really gain enough points for Evisio to close up on TTM. The 3-second time penalties would hurt TTM massively if it's a safety car, so I think that's the only hope.
Yeah, EVE, do not be surprised. Well, do not be surprised if this is George Ansel's final race for EVE. In that case, with them being down in P18 right now, that's shade towards George Ansel rather than EVE themselves. Nordic Ninja, by the way, on the back of Lawrence, 0.5 of a second. Gap is closed, 0.2 of a second this lap around, but he was 0.2 behind, coming down in towards turn number 1, 2, 3, and then in towards turn 4. And again, he is close, down in towards turn number 1. Exceedingly good straight line speed on that Aston Martin compared to ET8's Alpine there in front. right now, it's looking as if they're even. But look at the grip that Nordic Ninja gets coming out of turn number 3, now in towards turn number 4. Arocka's there left the session. Nordic Ninja outside line, turn number 4, tries to go around the outside of Lawrence. Lawrence shuts the door on him. Lawrence stays ahead. But the more that they fight, Mike, the more it brings Bobbits into play, because he's just getting 4/10 of a second.
Yeah, absolutely. Bobbit's closing it. I'm going to try and get Arocka back in as quickly as possible.
Lovely.
So hopefully you'll accept the friend request quickly.
We'll let you get on with that as Nordic Ninja set his sights on the back of Lawrence once again. Into the right hander now of turn number 10 at Pico de Pato. Pretty much looking like a duckbill right now. I've got to say, out on track with how wet it is in this race in Brazil. Lawrence, though, leading the way. The Dutchman makes a mistake through Junsao. That's a critical error from Nordic Ninja's perspective, because he can now try and close down in towards turn number 1. He is not close enough, but again, look at the straight line speed. I know he's getting a little bit of toe off that Alpine, but the straight line speed is phenomenal from Nordic Ninja. The NLR man right on the back of the ET8 man with 3 laps to go in this one. Lawrence leading the way, Nordic Ninja in second, Bobbits there in third. The podium looks certain between these 3. Just what positions they'll end up in is a complete different thing.
Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind as well.
Oh, he goes to the inside line! Somebody cut him off, he goes to the inside line! Turn 4, job done! Nordic Ninja, Lawrence comes back at him though, coming through turn number 4. Now to the left hand of 5, job done! That was beautiful from Nordic Ninja. Absolutely rightified him to the inside line. Lawrence now behind. Nordic Ninja takes the race lead in Brazil, but they've got fake TV to deal with and a bit of traffic in front.
Yeah, the one thing I was going to say then, James, with these two battling, the one thing they don't want to do is pick up a 3-second time penalty now, because that'll turn the advantage straight into Bobbit's favour.
Definitely, and Arocka, by the way, should get an invite very soon indeed. EXT man there in the Discord should be getting that very soon if he does accept the request and everything. Lawrence, though, on the back of Nordic Ninja for this race lead. Lap 35 out of 36 out on track. Has Lawrence got any response to what Nordic Ninja did down in towards turn number 4? Closing. Don't think he's closing enough, though, down in towards turn number 1. It's going to be a late send. It's a half look from Lawrence on the back of Nordic, but Nordic Ninja leading the race. The Finn coming out on top for now. Lawrence there in second. Bobbit's there in third. It looks near enough for sure, but Nordic Ninja's got slightly more ERS, and he can gain ERS back at a slightly better rate as well. At this moment in time, I was about to say NLR is in his favour, but right now with that slide coming out of turn number 4, Lawrence now comes back at him.
Yeah, Lawrence coming back at him. We're on the penultimate lap of the race.
Oh, he's sideways! Oh my god! He's going to give us all heart attacks, isn't he?
I'm not going to lie, James. I mean, I've been furiously checking what's got my notifications and that, so I've been like switching in and out of the race. I've still not had the friend request accepted from Arocka, which is heartbreak for EXT, and I think potentially that might be enough to put him behind TTM in the standings.
Potentially so, which is going to be an EXT will try and fight that for sure. I'm absolutely certain of it in the stewards room. Nordic Ninja, though, leads the way. Final lap of the race here in EML Season 7 about to begin, and Nordic Ninja has currently got one stranglehold, one foothold, and one hand on this trophy right now, coming through the final tour of the Brazil circuit, sideways through turn number 3. Does not want more moments like that. Otherwise, Lawrence is going to be on the back of him, and you never know, Bobbits could still be on the back of these two as well, if that happens. But Nordic Ninja coming through the left-hander at turn number 4, through the left-hander at turn number 5. That is pretty much the trickiest part of the track now, still in front of him. Through the right-hander now of turn number 6. Lawrence at 6/10 of a second, trying to bridge the gap. Again, the car a bit sideways coming through the corner, and Lawrence closing in about 1/10 of a second, coming through the right-hander. This is where he struggles. This middle sector is where he struggles, Nordic Ninja. He's there, coming through the right-hander at turn number 10 at Pico de Pato, currently holding that car sway. Lawrence there, 20% less ERS compared to Nordic Ninja ahead of him. Coming now through Magudio and Junsao for the final time. Lawrence has got to try something. coming through the final couple of corners. He runs wide though. That's, I'm afraid, is surely it. Nordic Ninja running up the hill. Is the NLR gonna get their first win of the season? Nordic Ninja now coming toward the line in the Brazilian Grand Prix. EML Season 7 finishes off with a flourish. Nordic Ninja takes the race win. Lawrence there in second. Could not close him down with that slight disadvantage with the tyres at the end. Bobbitt's there in third. Acid in the end. Great result for GT10 there in fourth. And the Fiti rounding off the top 5. Nordic Ninja first. Lawrence in second. Bobbitt's there in third. Jav said earlier on in the stream chat saying he hates racing in the wet. WTF is this? He's just won. Who's right now? Me.
Nordic Ninja taking victory here in the season finale, and I just want to quickly check something as well. This is the first time it's not been ETA or Team Shizuda that has won this season.
It is. You're right. It is. And NLR have taken their first win of the season in the final race. Mad. Oh.
Well, if top 3 wasn't secure for NLR, it definitely is now.
It definitely is now, indeed. Oh my word. What a race that was. We had everything. We had a safety car glitch. We had drama. We had controversy. But what is it? It's EML at the end of the day, and it's nothing without drama and controversy. That man there, Nordic Ninja, taking to the top step of the podium. A fantastic effort from NLR. Fantastic effort in the end from him out on track. And in the end, he absolutely richly deserves that, because he looked all over Lawrence with 10 laps to go in that race. He looked all over him. And in the end, the Piper becomes the Pied Piper. Nordic Ninja takes the win. Lawrence there in second. Bobbitt's there in third. How Bobbitt's would have had another crack at that race for sure. Acid there in fourth. Lafiti in fifth. Mustache in sixth. Mubarak there in seventh. Good result for TTM. I think maybe outscoring EVE, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Crowding there in eighth. Napple in ninth. Tom ran off the top 10. Then it's Sam, Alex Marciano, YCN, Diaval, Luca, Aroka, then George Ansel. Agonize, he will get his position fixed in there in 18th. Fake TV end off a lap down in 19th. And then Oku ran off the top 20. DNFing out of the race, very unfortunately indeed. But that is it for Season 7 of Console 1 here in EML. And I never thought this day would come, Mike.
I mean, it's been a fantastic season. Of course, the continuation on from Season 6, where it was Shazoo versus ET8, and it was a similar story again this season between those two teams. And obviously, NLR have pushed them massively this season, and will be looking to try and do it again next season if all 3 teams decide to sign up again next season. The CPI, I think I've secured P4, so we're going for them. The big math question will be who finishes 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. I think TTM have done enough to secure P9 ahead of Avisio, so Avisio, unfortunately for them, will be collecting the wooden spoon. And I'm not sure if TTM have potentially done enough to jump up any positions here, but they had a good result, and some of the other teams, like Extoya, for example, YCN down in 16th, and Oroka, unfortunately, wasn't able to accept the friend request quick enough. He got the invite just as we was coming on to the final lap, so Oroka losing out massively, which is unfortunate for EXT, but I think with that, it possibly does mean that TTM jump Extoya. I'm just doing the maths on it now.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate as well, because as commentators, and I'm sure as race directors and everything can tell, and you guys will probably agree with me in the chat, you can only do so much to bring a driver into the lobby. We get dealt pretty much what we get dealt with in front of us at the same time as everyone else in this lobby. And Aroka's disconnection is Aroka's disconnection. His internet, I think, disconnected twice, I think, in that race with some form of disconnection. So in the end, it's very unfortunate from his perspective. In the end, as I say, we can only do so much, which I think is what we're going to probably look into next season and try and get as many drivers out of it as possible, so things like this don't happen and we can try and rectify some of the issues that, of course, happen on track. Now, we could do that, and then there's the whole issue of taking control of your car, which we've seen so many times this season, Mike, has been an issue that has plagued some of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've done the numbers, James. I can confirm before any stewards reports or anything go in. Extoria have just about held on to P8 ahead of TTM.
Ooh.
Just about. There was a 19-point gain from TTM on Extoria, and the gap was 26. So
Yeah.
they just about stay ahead.
And I think, obviously, with how a rocket disconnected, I think it was on, what, lap 33, lap 34, I think he disconnected. That will probably count. It will probably get counted within the race results, so that is definite for sure. And Harvey mentioned in the chat, FLT get 5th, but I need to appeal because Agonar's left the lobby. As I say, that will probably get rectified back in. That position, I think every single time that's been reported from the stewards, at least we've been consistent in some regard of getting the position back. That is for sure. But you can see on your screen what is to come for EML going forward, and EML, as its entirety, takes a break now, right up until the new year. More details about that will be coming very soon. But, Mike, we have got the Challenge Cup coming up in, 3 weeks' time? Bahrain, round 1 of the championship. Then it's Great Britain, Austria, Singapore, and Brazil. And I can exclusively reveal on for EML Season 8 will be getting announced on the 27th of November, which, funny enough, is the day before my birthday. So consider it an early birthday present from me.
Well, I mean, there we go. An early birthday present from yourself, and we are looking forward to the Challenge Cup getting underway here on League Racing TV.
I don't know if I was allowed to do that, by the way. I've just tried to, build up a little bit of support, I guess. But yeah, it is going to be announced. Round 2 of the Challenge Cup is when EML Season 8 will be formally announced. So 27th of November, mark that down in your calendars, mark that down in your diaries. That will be where everything gets announced. Calendar, pretty much everything that you can expect from EML will be announced on that date, and will be announced in that very live stream as well for the Challenge Cup in a couple of weeks' time. Bahrain, though, round 1 of the championship, with how this championship is going to go, 2 25% races in one night, 20 teams going at it on one night. Either, Mike, it could be absolute chaos, or could be the best bloody thing that's been out there.
I mean, it has the potential for either or to happen. The only way we're going to find out is by tuning into it.
I agree. Tune into it in, 4 weeks' time, I think. I'm not good at maths, but I'm just going to guess it's in 4 weeks' time. It is, 4 weeks' time. That'll be, 3 weeks' time even for Bahrain. 4 weeks, of course, for Great Britain on the 27th of November. But we are going to end it off here. I really hope you have enjoyed EML this season. No matter the trials, the tribulations, the controversy with some of the stewarding reports, everything has been justified. Congratulations to ET8. Congratulations to FGE, both crown champions. I, by the way, forgot to show this, but may as well show it now. ET8 were confirmed champions. Didn't mention this earlier on, but they were confirmed champions going forward into the final round of the championship. There is the graphic to prove it as well. And to be honest, they have been an absolute privilege to have as part of the championship. They get an automatic berth into Con 1 next season. Same with Team Chazoo. So both teams from Con 1 and Con 2 get an automatic berth into their respective divisions, which means, Mike, will ET8 wrap up the title once again in Season 8? Will Team Chazoo try and fight back? Or will there be new kids on the block?
I mean, we can only just sit here and salivate at the thought of another ETA versus Team Chazoo season-long battle. I'm hoping, though, that there will be a new kid on the block that will step in and upset the apple cart somewhat.
Do you know what? I'm kind of hoping like a TF10 or something come out there. I'm just saying that because TF10 is probably one of the better teams on console. NLR could step forward. There could be plenty of teams that step forward going into next season. But the only way you can do that, of course, is signing up. Everything, as I say, is going to be announced on the 27th of November. That includes sign-ups. That includes calendar. That includes pretty much everything that you need to know about what EML Season 7 is going to be. But in the meantime, we have still got this to come. Bahrain, Great Britain, Austria, Singapore, Brazil. An early Christmas present from us, from me to you for EML, for the Challenge Cup going forward, and that is at 8 p.m. every Wednesday. So Bahrain, 20th of November, 3 weeks' time. Mark it in your calendars. Round 1 of the championship is going to be then. But myself and Mike are going to bid you farewell. Big thank you to everyone behind the scenes for making this work. From everyone who's had my back this season trying to run things, thank you so much. From everyone, from the managers, from stewards, from admins, from commentators, thank you so much to every single one of you. No matter if you've proven to be the littlest of helps, you have helped in a unique way to make EML what it is today. And we will not be here without you. It is quite simply as that. And we will not run without the best support of everything. As I say, congratulations to ETA, congratulations to Team Jazoo, congratulations to FGE as well for wrapping up the title in Con 2 as well. We are going to bid you farewell. You can tune in 3 weeks' time, Bahrain, Sakhir International Circuit, 20th of November, 8 p.m. Wednesday. Tune in for that one in 3 weeks' time. But for myself, from Michael Edwards alongside me in the commentary box, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, in 3 weeks in the Challenge Cup, goodbye.